Hello everyone, today we'll be talking about buoyancy. So buoyancy is the force that keeps objects afloat in air or water. When an object is placed in water, it pushes water out of the way and the water counters it with an upward force, pushing the object up, which is also the same reason why balloons float in the air. Understanding buoyancy helps people design ships and understand how submarines or submersible works. So for today's experiment, we'll be building a homemade submarine or submersible. Let's begin. Okay, so we are practicing the 3 R's: reuse, reduce, and recycle. Since we're making this experiment, we're using 2 empty spread jars, masking tape as a guide for painting. We also use 2 pens, like for the tube, an elastic, rubber hose, and a glue gun, glue stick. We also use a soda can as the cone for the submarine. Let's see if it will submerge so that we can redesign. My brother's sucking all the air out of the submarine tanks. Let's see. Okay, there we go. Oh, it's not submerging. I mean, it's partially submerged.
That's why we need
it won't sink any further because
Try pa.
no, it's because of the air in there.
No, like, let me...
Okay, now I'm
you
going to
blow.
make it raise.
Okay.
It lost its balance, so I guess we really need to redesign. We'll try to submerge this and we'll come up with a new and better design.
I'm sucking water instead. Wait, anyway.
Nope, no use. The paint's falling off, Mom. Let me balance it out.
Oh my god.
It's a failure. Okay, so because our experiment wasn't that of a success because it went down and it tipped over, we decided to add some weights and tie it together using a zip tie. So let's move this one forward here like that. Plastic plus it's a bit heavy to hold it like that. Yeah, they're not tied together yet. But yeah, that should be good. After a complete overhaul, we're gonna test out our new submarine. I hope this works. Now for the moment of truth. It works. Now.
Okay. Let it move.
There.
This time, don't move underwater. Okay, I'll submerge it partially, Lola. Wait, we could use a balloon in this one. That would be nice. Wait, let's try using a balloon. Hold on. It's because of this one atomic layer. Alright.
Well, let's submerge first. This one? Go. You ran out of air.
Let's use the balloon.
Let's compare the speed of the balloon versus the speed from a human breath. As you can see, the speed of the balloon is slower than blowing.
Okay, that's awesome. Perfectly level. That was a really good experiment.
To be honest, I wanted to try out something where it's basically we like place like the two glasses together, like those other submarines with the weight at the bottom between them. But maybe sometime we could try doing it.
Yeah, sometimes in the future. So the reason why these submarines sank in the water is because every time it fills the tank below the other jar underwater, it increases its density, which lets it sink all the way to the bottom here. However, if you fill this tank with air, it becomes less dense than the water in this tank, letting it float like this. Because water uses an upward force to push the submersible upwards, because this object displaces water.
The ballast tank.
Water counteracts it using, upward force, as I said earlier, and that's how buoyancy works. Same thing as to why this balloon would go up if I let it go, but I'm not going to because I might lose it.
Buoyancy helps people understand helps people design many ships. So when it comes to shipbuilding, it's important to learn about buoyancy.
Submarines have came a long way from their early beginnings as simple diving vessels. They helped contribute in conflicts, scientific discoveries, and underwater exploration, while continuing to evolve as advancements in technology are made. The earliest known submersibles or submarines can be traced back to ancient Greeks and Romans, and the first ever submarines, however, were very simple and were commonly used for military reconnaissance and other purposes, and usually required the diver to have a tube stuck out of the water for them to breathe through. During the American Revolutionary War in 1776, David Bushnell designed a submersible called the Turtle. Why is it called a turtle? Well, it looked like two turtle shells stuck together. They were made to launch explosives at British warships to sink them. Though it wasn't really designed properly for its intended purpose, it helped pave way for other advancements in submarine technology. Van Drebel and many other people in the 16 to 1800s started designing and developing many different kinds of submarine technologies and designs. And Elias van Drebel built the first ever navigable submarine called the Drebel, which managed to stay underwater for 3 hours and was built for the Royal Navy. And more famous names are Robert Fulton, who built the Nautilus, and Narcís Montellol, who built the Ictineo in 1859. And Horace Lawson Hunley, who built the CSS H.L. Hunley in 1863 and is the first ever combat submarine to sink a warship.
So submarines played a significant role during the First and the Second World Wars. The German Untersee boat used periscopes for them to see above the water to search for their prey, and to launch torpedoes, which are an explosive device that's more like a missile that's zipping through underwater. Well, it's in this period that we saw advancements in underwater naval warfare and other submarine technologies, and it also includes improved propulsion systems.
In the early 20th century, submarines saw huge advancements in propulsion, navigation, and many other technological fields. The introduction of diesel-electric engines allowed the submarines to stay underwater for longer periods of time, and the advancement allowing them to build steel submarine hulls allowed them to cruise at far deeper depths than they were able to before.
In the 1950s, the first ever nuclear-powered submarine was commissioned for the United States Navy, known as the USS Nautilus. The nuclear-powered submarines allowed them to operate underwater for extended periods of time without needing to surface for air.
Today, submarines are far more advanced than they used to be and are used for many purposes such as exploration, military, and scientific research. They come in equipped with sophisticated tech for things such as communication, stealth, navigation, and of course, weapons. Modern submarines are nuclear powered and can operate at greater depths and can cruise underwater for months at a time. And some can cruise around indefinitely, with the only thing limiting them is their crew's food supply. Thank you for watching this video.
And that's all we could share about submarines to you. So that's all for today, and thank you.
I hope you learned something. Bye!